Hello everyone, once again welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you a lesson plan based on the topic multiplication of 3-digit number by 3-digit number. Now let me tell you that this lesson plan is part 2 on the topic. Part 1 on the same topic has already been uploaded on my channel in my previous video, so please check out that lesson plan as well so that you understand the link and flow of the two lesson plans. So without any further delay, let me start. First, the lesson plan starts with introduction. Now the introduction should not exceed 5 to 7 minutes. Keep that in mind. The teacher begins the class by opening the link given as you can see on the screen. Okay, there is a link. Teacher clicks on the link, and when she clicks on the link, she shows a number wheel to the class. Teacher informs that today they will have to spin this wheel to form 3-digit numbers and then perform the multiplication. The teacher demonstrates how to click on the spin button of the wheel with the help of the mouse. Then the teacher patiently waits for the wheel to halt at one place and then notes down the corresponding digit that is close to the pointer on the board. Then the teacher randomly invites 3 learners to spin the wheel one by one and asks them to note down the digits on the board. Once that 3-digit by 3-digit number is formed, the teacher randomly invites more 3 learners and asks them to do the 3 steps of multiplication one by one on the board. Okay. Then teacher invites a learner to add the 3 rows to get the final product. After the final product is found out, the teacher appreciates the learner's efforts. Okay, so this was the introduction. Here the teacher had included an activity, an online game activity, which involved the process of multiplication. The purpose was to warm up the children for the lesson to follow. Introduction should always be activity oriented so that it gears up the children for the procedure. Okay, it should always be to recall the concept that has been learnt in the previous class. Keep that in mind. So after the introduction, the teacher moves to the procedure. Now the procedure should not be more than 30 minutes. The teacher states that we have learnt about multiplication of 3-digit by 3-digit in the previous class. Today we shall learn about how to apply the knowledge of multiplication in solving the mathematical problems in our daily life. The teacher explains the following examples to the learners on the board. Example 1. There are 258 hotels in a certain country. In one holiday season, each hotel received 415 visitors. How many visitors were there during that season? Okay. Now, the teacher displays the following many chart paper to the learners. Okay. Now, on that chart paper, steps are written how to solve the word problems or number stories. Teacher reads out those steps. Step 1, read and understand the word problem. Step 2 says identify and underline the information. Step 3, underline the keywords that denote multiplication. Step 4, solve the word problems using multiplication. Now note, the teacher is requested to write the following steps on the chart paper before the class begins. Then the teacher reads the steps to solve the following word problems involving multiplication. Teacher asks the following questions from the class. How many hotels are there in the country? Expected response of the students will be 258. Then second question, how many visitors did each hotel receive in the holiday season? Expected response 415. Then third question, what is to be found out in the question? Expected response, total number of visitors during that season. Then final question, which operation should we perform to find the answer? Expected response, multiplication. Then the teacher explains that in order to calculate the total number of visitors during that season, we have to multiply 258 by 415. The teacher explains the following steps on the board and asks the students to note them down in the notebooks. Now you can see here 258 into 415 when multiplied. The first row gives 1290, the second row gives 2580, and the third, as you can see, 1,03,200. On adding the three rows, we get the final answer 1,07,070. Okay, so the first step was to multiply the ones, that is 265 into 5. Then second step was to multiply by tens, that is 258 into 1. And the third step was to multiply by hundreds, that is 258 into 4. Okay, so this is how this step of multiplications are performed. Then finally the teacher states that there were 107070, that is 1,07,070 visitors during that season. Teacher encourages the students to always answer in complete sentences. Then teacher discusses example number 2. It says that 135 rings are needed to decorate the ceiling of each room in a hotel. The hotel has 221 similar rooms. Explain how many rings are needed. Now the teacher asks the following questions from the class. How many rings are needed to decorate the ceiling of each room in the hotel? Expected response 135. How many similar rooms the hotel has? Expected response of students 221. So how many rings are needed? Expected response 135 into 221. The teacher explains that in order to calculate the total number of rings, we have to multiply 15 by 21. Then teacher explains the following steps on the board and asks the learners to note them down in the notebooks. So as you can see on the screen, 135 multiplied by 221. The students will follow the same step. Step 1, multiply by 1s, that is 135 into 1 gives us 135. Then multiply by 10s, that is 135 into 2 gives us 2700. And multiply by hundreds, 135 into 2, 27,000. Then adding all the three rows, we get the final product 29,835. So the teacher states that 29,835 rings are needed to decorate all the rooms in the hotel. Then teacher proceeds to discuss example number 3. A district received 375 cartons of exercise books. Each cartoon holds 180 exercise books. How many exercise books were received? The teacher asks the below questions to elicit answers from the learners. Question 1. What is given in the question? Question 2. What is to be find out? Question 3. How is it to be find out? The teacher discusses the steps with the learners and instructs them to solve it in the notebooks. The teacher moves around in the class while the learners write the answers to the discussed question. The expected response of the given question will be 375 multiplied by 180 gives us 67,500. Okay, then teacher projects the classwork sheet and students have to solve those sums in the notebooks. Okay, so these are the questions which the teacher can give in the classwork sheet, as you can see on the screen. Okay, after these sums are solved, teacher can discuss the answers and clarifies the doubts of the learners if any. Then comes the closure. Closure should not exceed more than 5 minutes. Then for the closure, again teacher conducts a small activity. Remember, closure should be such that the teacher is able to review that whether the objective of the lesson has been achieved or not, that is whether the lesson has been understood by the students or not. Okay, so it should always involve an activity in which the teacher can gauge whether how much the lesson has been understood. So here the teacher displays the PPT, okay, and she asks the learners to solve the given question. Now, as you can see, the question on the PPT slide says that a shopkeeper had 112 bottles of juice. He sold each of them at rupees 350. How much money did he get? Okay, allow the students to solve the question, elicit answers from them. Okay, expected response would be the shopkeeper got 39200, that is 39,200 rupees. Now, again, after this particular question is solved, teacher shows them a few keywords, okay, and then teacher asks them to compose a word problem using those keywords. As you can see, the keywords given are 100 bunches of bananas, each bunch 50 bananas, total number of bananas. Teacher will ask those learners to use these keywords and compose a word problem. Okay, let them discuss in groups and come up with their answers. Teachers should accept all the relevant answers and correct the wrong ones. Okay. So after this lesson plan is executed, what could be the learning outcomes achieved? Number 1, the learner solves multiplication of whole numbers by a 3-digit number quickly and accurately. Number 2, the learner applies the knowledge of multiplication in solving mathematical problems related to real life situations. Very important. Whatever concept the student is learning, he must be able to apply the knowledge of that concept in solving the real life or daily life situations. The learner should have that confidence. After practicing, learner should get that confidence that he can apply that knowledge in solving day-to-day or real life situations. The learner, number 3, the learner applies the knowledge of multiplication in developing the personal confidence in the use of numbers. Okay. So these were the 3 learning outcomes that should be achieved when this lesson plan is executed in the classroom. So this is it, my dear viewers. I hope you have liked this lesson plan. If yes, then please comment in the section below and let me know which kind of lesson plan on which topic you want to see, so that I will upload it as soon as possible and you get to see them. And if you have liked this particular video, then please, it's my request to share this video to your friends, peer groups, and subscribe to my channel. Till then, bye bye.